Hey everyone, Michael with ArmchairBuilder.com here. Hey, for those of you who have spent any time at our site, you know there are many benefits to building your own home. You can achieve big cost savings, get complete control of your project, and basically get a custom home at cost. But the big question that remains in today's world is, can you really save money when managing the construction of your own home? We've had a few of you recently ask if, in today's world, if becoming a general contractor of your own home really makes sense. So I thought I would discuss with you today some of the potential savings based on some recent real-world financials. So one of the best ways to see what you can save by taking on the general contractor role for your new home is to take a look at the money that home building companies are currently making. So in order to understand what kind of money professional builders are making today, we can take a look at their financial statements. Now, NVR Incorporated is a large public builder traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And as you may know, public companies are required to share their financials, which gives us a unique access to see what kind of money they're actually making. So why did I choose NVR to look at? Well, it's because they buy developed lots to build on. Most large public builders develop their own property, which muddies their financial statements. So things like sanitary sewer installation and roads are a totally different animal than building homes, and therefore they come with totally different costs. So NVR, operating under trade names Ryan Homes, NV Homes, Fox Ridge, and Heartland Homes, buys most of their lots to build on when they're ready to go, meaning they purchase the lots that have already been developed. So when we look at their financial statements and the cost of goods sold for NVR, we know that they're talking about the costs associated with labor and materials to build a new home and not costs to develop land. So looking at NVR's financial statements, and remember, they're a public company, so you have access to these as well. So looking at NVR's financial statements, we see that for home building operations, the gross profit was 17.5% for 2012. And as you know, gross profit is revenue or sales minus the cost of goods sold. So in this case, it's the sales price of the home minus the cost of labor, materials, and the lot. So the gross profit of 17.5% is the starting point for savings for owner builders. Also keep in mind, this gross profit percentage changes with housing markets ups and downs. So back in 2005, the gross profit margin was 27.8%, and in 2003, 24.7%. So as the housing market continues to improve, owner-builder savings will increase. In other words, as more and more people start looking for homes, the prices and builder margins will increase. So that's some serious savings for owner-builders. But some of you may be saying, large professional builders have an advantage over the guy who only builds one single home. And I would say you're right in some cases and not so much in others. Yes, large builders can negotiate deals on materials, but keep in mind many of the items that are used in building a new home are commodity items, so the negotiation is somewhat limited. Take a look, for example, at lumber. This is a commodity item and it takes up almost 10% of the house cost for a typical home in the US. Especially when you factor in trusses. So with that item alone, negotiation leeway is really diminished. And this is especially true if you use our bid sheets and bidding system here. So these level the playing field for the owner builder. I also see a huge advantage to owner builders in the ability to seek out closeouts and bargains. One of our owner builder readers I was just chatting with last week said he recently purchased 2 lots for $5,000 each. Now he's in North Carolina, but even if you take the cost of the land out of it, it costs way more than $5,000 to develop a lot with sewer, water, and roads. And he's telling me these lots are now selling for around $20,000 in his area. So that's a huge savings. I have another owner builder friend who built his own home in Kentucky, and he was able to find an underlayment for his engineered hardwood floors for pennies on the dollar. And heck, I recently remodeled a bathroom and was able to find a quartz countertop slab for a fraction of retail. So these are all ways that owner builders can really pile on the savings. So now I'll throw in some labor for the simple items like cleanup and painting, and your savings as an owner builder can easily surpass 25%. Also keep in mind the tax advantages associated with the savings. So in order to pay the additional 20 to 25% to a home building company to build your home, you need to make more money at your day job. So for simplicity, let's say your personal tax rate is 25%. So basically you paid 25% of your salary last year to the federal and state governments last year. Let's assume that. So now let's assume that if you built the home with your builder, you would pay $300,000 for it. So if you acted as your own general contractor and you would save 20%, your savings will be around $60,000 on that $300,000 home. So now realize that if you were to pay the professional builder, it would come out of your after-tax dollars from your day job. So the actual amount you would need to make to net the $60,000 to pay the builder would be about $80,000. So for the average worker in the US, which has a $50,000 median household income, this is over a year and a half worth of salary for the household. So there's no doubt that building your own home as a general contractor takes a lot of your time and energy. Professional builders like NVR really do earn their money. But if owner builders commit the time and get a hold of the tools the professional builders use, you too could save a substantial amount of money on your new home. So here's the shameless plug. To help you save time, money, and hassles on your new project, stop by the armchairbuilder.com e-store. We have some one-of-a-kind builder resources that can really help you get professional results while saving money in the process.